Well, you're not the only one in your family who needs to get ready for tomorrow's wintry weather. You're going to want to get your pets ready too. And Dr. Jennifer Crow from Noah's Animal Hospital joins us this morning with a look at what you need to do. So tell us about some of these cold weather tips. Obviously, we have a chance of snow, a little bit of rain mixed in tomorrow, so it's going to be kind of messy at times.
So regardless of the size of dog, sometimes the short ones, their bellies might touch. Sometimes the long ones have more body surface area, but all of them, their feet are going to touch the ground. And so checking their paws is really important because some of them have longer hair. Even without long hair, they can get ice and snow stuck between their feet and on their paws, and that gets uncomfortable.
Right.
So that's one of the important things to check when they've been playing outside, especially if they're seem tender on their feet. Make sure there's nothing stuck in there.
Right. Those pads can be very sensitive sometimes.
They can. And so we do want to make sure that we limit the amount of time that they're on direct frozen surfaces, because regardless of, again, the breed and size, just like us, you don't want to stand without protection on something so cold for too long. They can actually get frostbite.
Right. And we know that we can put on a winter coat if we're cold, but how do you know when your animal is actually cold during the winter time?
So some of them will show outward signs. They'll shake, they'll shiver, and some of our longer haired dogs do have some natural protection, but most of our pets are inside, so they just aren't acclimated to the cold. And so if you're cold outside, they probably are too. If you've got one that really does enjoy staying outside, or you've got an outdoor kitty, make sure they have an area where they can get out of the elements, out of the wind and the rain, and someplace that's dry, because it's that being wet and cold that takes the biggest impact.
Right, and as humans, we talk about frostbite and not spending too much time outdoors. What about pets? Can they get frostbite?
They can, because they've got areas that are more sensitive, that aren't as well covered. Their nose, their feet, their backside. So again, a lot of times it's being wet and then having that wind, so that wind chill. So a lot of times you can cover them up. It's okay to put a coat on your pet. It doesn't have to be stylish, and sometimes they need extra protection because it's not built in. You can find booties. We want to make sure that they fit right and that they're appropriate for pets. But again, we want to cover those areas if they're going to get wet, so that they can stay out of the wind and we can have more time outside fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Of course,